I welcome all in the post-lunch session, the third technical session of our second international conference on recent advances in the fields of commerce and finance. Uh, the theme of this technical session is economics, commerce, and industry. Talking about economics, we have a economics stalwart with us, the session chair himself, Mohammed, Professor Dr. Mohammed Mahbub Ali. He is a professor of economics at Dhaka School of Economics. He has done his postdoctoral in entrepreneurship from Thailand, PhD in macroeconomics, MPhil in financial economics, MCOM, MCA, MSS, and BSS honors economics. Sir has been the member and chairman of various international and national uh, journals. Sir has been the ex-vice chancellor, former vice chancellor of Presidency University, Bangladesh, former editor of Daffodil International University Journal of Business and Economics. Was vice president of Bangladesh Academy for Business Administration, fellow of World Business Institute of Australia. The number of his achievements and his degrees are uncountable. I can see a lot of things can be told. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of our organizing team to our international conference. Welcome to Amity University International Conference, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your kindness.
So we have the paper presenters in our group. Is Dr. Lakshmi Pandey, ma'am. Are you there? I think she's not joined. So we'll invite Baby Kumari, who will be presenting our paper on the topic Problem and Prospect of MSME Sector in India Post-Pandemic. Baby Kumari, can you please,
yes, sir.
Can you please share your screen and
yes, sir.
present your PPT?
Wait. Okay.
Can you run it in slideshow, baby?
A very good afternoon. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, a very warm good afternoon to respected Director Sir, Registrar Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, Session Chair, Session Co-Chair, all dignitaries and attendees. Today, I, Baby Kumari of Amity College of Commerce and Finance, Amity University, Jharkhand, would like to present a paper titled as Problems and Prospects of MSME Sector in India Post-COVID Pandemic. But before starting the presentation, I would like to thank the organizers of Second International Conference of recent advances in the fields of commerce and finance for giving me this opportunity to present my paper here. What is MSME sector? MSME stands for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. It is the backbone of Indian economy. This sector provides massive employment and fills the gap between urban and remote rural and backward areas by industrialization. This sector is flourishing and expanding with a greater pace as compared to industrial sector. However, various problems are faced by the sector, such as competition from multinational companies, poor infrastructure, absence of adequate credit from banks, lack of advanced technology, and lack of distribution of marketing channels. Impact of COVID-19 pandemic on MSME sector. MSME sector is no exception. This sector was also hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. They faced challenges in terms of deficiency of funds, financial liquidity, unavailability of workforce because there was restriction on mobility, unavailability of working capital, there was less orders or in fact no orders, there was lack of raw materials and transportation infrastructure. As a result, the production was also very low. They were unable to pay as the production was low, the sales and revenue was also low, so they were unable to pay their loans and EMIs. There was delayed payments and etc. The second reason is national lockdown. During the first phase of national lockdown in the year 2020, 95% of the firms were negatively ranked. Till August 2020, till August 2020, 70% of the firms was hampered. There was a decline in their earnings by 20 to 50%. They face challenges in terms of market access, overall productivity, and they face challenges in terms of getting finance also. The April manufacturing unit sector faced a loss of 150 crore in their export sector. The leather industries also faced a loss of 11,210 crores. The coir fiber production industry also faced a loss of 80,000 metric tons. The KVI units, that is Khadi and Village Industry Unit, was put on hold for more than 3 months, starting from 25th March 2020. Now, government initiatives for revival of MSME sector. As the sector was facing huge losses, Government of India came up with certain initiatives and schemes so that they can revive this sector. The foremost and the major scheme was Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Under this scheme, an economic package of 20 trillion, that is 10% of the Indian GDP, was granted to MSME sector. The government also launched e-marketplace known as GEM. This portal is similar to Amazon or Flipkart. This portal was launched on 14 July 2022. Till 14 July 2022, 47 lakh 30,000 sellers and 61,208 buyers are registered here. They have received orders of 10.55 million, which was worth of 2,66,533 crores. Mudra and startup schemes was also launched for promoting self-employment. In the Union Budget 2021-22, the Government of India planned to invest 15,700 crores in the MSME sector. The Reserve Bank of India also stated that for the first time MSME borrowers, there is no need for banks for maintaining cash reserve ratio for the loans which was taken between 1 January 2021 to 31st August 2021. The NCLT framework was also improved and enhanced to speed up the dispute resolution, and alternative methods for dispute resolutions was invented, such as e-courts were made. Under the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, 3,000 crore of rupees was given to MSME sector. Under the Credit Guarantee Trust Fund, 4,000 crore rupees was given to micro and small enterprises. Schemes launched by MSME sector. Not only the Indian government helped the MSME sector to revive, but the MSME itself came up with certain schemes that helped in their growth. The first scheme that they launched was regarding credit and financial assistance. We all know that money for a business is very essential. Without money, a business cannot be run. So for financial assistance, 4 schemes were launched by it. The first is Prime Minister Employment Generation Scheme, Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme, Credit Guarantee Trust Scheme, which was for micro and small enterprises, and Interest Subvention Scheme. Next scheme was launched regarding skill development and training. Skill development is very important for the people, those who are working in MSME sectors, to improve their effectiveness and efficiency. And training of the people is essential so that they can compete in the emerging market and with the MNCs. So for skill development, 2 schemes were launched. First is a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. And the second was entrepreneurship and skill development programs. For infrastructure development, two schemes were launched. The first one is Scheme of Fund for Registration of Traditional Industries and Scheme for Micro and Small Enterprises Cluster Development Program. The fourth scheme was regarding marketing assistance. A customer will not buy a product if he or she have not heard about the product or have not seen it somewhere. So if the MSME sector wants to sell their goods or services to the people, proper marketing and advertisement must be done by the MSME sector. So for this, two schemes were launched. The first one was International Support Corporation Scheme, and the second was Procurement and Marketing Support Scheme. The last scheme was launched regarding technology upgradation and competitiveness. We all know that technology is changing at a very faster rate. If this sector will not change and upgrade to the changing environment, this sector will be left behind and soon the sector will get abolished. So for technology upgradation, two schemes were launched. The first was financial support to MSME in said certification and support for entrepreneurial and managerial development of small and medium enterprises through incubators. Prospects of MSME. MSME is not only working for profit and for business, but is also generating employment. For generation of employment, the MSME itself launched four schemes. That is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, Manrega scheme, Deen Dayal National Urban Livelihood Scheme, and PM Employment Generation Program. The next point is customer satisfaction. MSME produces goods and provides services which are as per the expectations, needs, and wants of the customers. Because if they will not satisfy the customer's needs, no one will buy the product. Because today's market is not profit oriented, it is customer oriented. The third point is increasing global product. The demand for products made in India is increasing globally. Hence, the states and the central government can help the MSME sector to export their products and services. Foreign investment. As the global export of MSME sector is increasing annually, there is a huge chance that foreign investment can be done. The last point is minimization of regional imbalance. The MSME sector hires people from rural and remote areas. Hence, it reduces the unemployment and optimal utilization of resources is done. Recent developments in MSME sector. These developments are the new ideas and innovations that MSME came up with. These developments and ideas helped MSME sector to grow with a faster rate beyond their limits. These developments are MSME Samadhan. The first one is MSME Samadhan. The name itself suggests that it provides solutions to their problems. This portal was launched on 30th October 2017. Till 12 January 2021, 26,000 crore of dues was cleared with the help of this portal. The next portal that was launched was My MSME. It is basically a web-based application which was launched by the MSME sector to help the entrepreneur so that they can make their applications on and track it on mobile itself. So there is no need to go to the offices for filling the application. The third portal was eSamadhan portal. eSamadhan portal is a better version of Samadhan portal. eSamadhan portal is an internet grievance system. Till 31st December 2020, 25,855 complaints was registered, out of which 25,520 complaints was responded. That is, the response rate was 98.7%. The MSME Sampark portal was also launched. It is a job portal. It was launched on 27th June 2018. Till 18 January 2021, 4,68,759 trainees and 5,947 recruiters are registered here. The last development that was done in MSME sector was Champions Portal. This is the recent portal that was launched in this sector. It was launched on 1 January 2020. The Champion stands for Creation and Harmonious Application of Modern Process for increasing the output and national strength. The objective of this portal was to make the small units big and to grasp new business opportunities. Now the findings of my paper are: as of January 2021, 17,66,651 MSMEs was registered under Udyam portal. As per National Sample Survey 73rd round, 11 crore people are working in MSME, out of which 36.41 lakhs are in manufacturing sector, 387 lakhs are in trade sector, and 362 lakhs people are working in service sector. In manufacturing sector, 186.56 lakhs people are employed in rural areas and 173 lakhs people are employed in urban areas. In trade sector, 160 lakhs people and 226 lakhs people are employed in rural and urban areas respectively. And in the service sector, 150 lakhs people are employed in rural areas and 211 lakhs people are employed in urban areas. 97% of the total employment is in micro sector that provides job to 1,76,000 lakh people. Small and medium sectors provide job to 2.88% and 0.16% people. The percentage share of rural and urban MSME enterprises is 51% and 49%. Percentage share of employment in rural and MSME is 45% and 55% respectively. The estimated number of enterprises in MSME manufacturing sector is 196.65 lakhs, out of which 114 lakhs is in rural areas and 82.56 lakhs is in urban areas. The total share of manufacturing sector is 31%. The total number of enterprises under MSME is 633 lakhs, out of which 630 lakhs is in micro sector, 3.31 lakhs is in small sector, and 0.05 lakhs is in medium enterprises. In rural areas, 324 lakhs enterprises are in micro sector, 0.78 lakhs are in small sector, and 0.01 lakhs is in medium sector. In urban areas, 306 lakhs are in micro sector, 253 lakhs is in small sector, and 0.04 lakhs is in medium sector. Now coming to the gender ratio, female owns merely 20.37% of enterprises as compared to males who own 79.6% of enterprises. Females own merely 20.44% in micro enterprises, 5.26% in medium enterprises, and 2.67% in medium enterprises. Males own 79.56% in micro enterprises, 94.74% in small, and 97.33% in medium enterprises. Till July 8, 2022, under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, a loan was sanctioned worth of 73,199 crore. The micro, small and medium enterprise contribution to the economy includes 6.11%, 24.63% and 33.4% of GDP in manufacturing service activities. After writing the paper, I found certain loopholes which I would like to share here as suggestions. The first loophole that I found was the economic package, which was of 20 trillion, that was 10% of GDP, was for loan offering and was for long-term measures. Instead, government should have came up with a package that would have given immediate relief for the MSME revival. The government should come up with a greater economic package which should focus on enhancing demand of the products and services which are made by the MSME sector for exporting employment generation and investment. Also, the central government should encourage the states and states should encourage the MSMEs of their states so that they can take advantage of the government packages which are offered by the central government. Awareness campaigns in the form of seminars and conferences in vehicular languages and advertisements in local and daily newspapers should be done so that the local people can get to know about the latest schemes which are launched by the government so that they can take benefit of that of the schemes, because many times it happens that schemes are available, but the people don't know, so they are unable to take the benefit of the scheme. And proper monitoring of payments can be done at the central level with the help of trades, and small enterprises depend a lot on cash flow survival. So the government should provide as much liquidity as possible to the MSME sector. The MSME sector should also provide proper training and should upskill their programs so that they can compete in the current market and they can satisfy the customer demands. At last, I would like to conclude that MSME sector has an essential contribution to the Indian economy. However, this was the most hard-hit industry due to COVID-19 pandemic. The government have taken certain initiatives to revive the MSME sector and to enhance the performance of this sector. Development in MSME sectors is crucial and will give positive return. There were certain bottlenecks such as expenditure in research and development can be done, development in technology-based production can be done to enhance the uh, economicity of this sector. The overall performance of the MSME sector will help growth of industrial sector. Lots of technology and ideas can be subsidized by the government, and assistance from academic sectors will also help to uplift the MSME sector. At last, I would thank you for patient hearing, and now I am open for questions if anybody is having any question.
Thank you, baby. I now hand over the session to our session chair for further questions and his views.
Thank you, Professor. It's a wonderful paper presented by David Kumari. I want to congratulate her. And, I want to request our guests and our dear faculty to ask questions to Dr. To research scholar, Ms. David Kumari. Any question?
I request the
Sorry,
panel,
sir.
if you have any questions, you may ask.
Anyone? Otherwise, I have some observations.
Sir.
Hello, baby. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Would you like to get your own suggestions how we can improve MSME sector in India?
Ma'am, MSME sector can be improved in India by first of all, ma'am, awareness is very important. That what is MSME sector and how the government is helping the small businesses to grow. So, ma'am, first of all, awareness campaign is very important for it. So, and the second thing that can be done, that is, we can also buy products from them only. Then only they can grow. Like instead of going to the branded shopping malls, instead for buying small products, we can buy from these sectors only. The next thing that we can do is that we can only this much, ma'am.
Baby, I have a question. May I ask?
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, yes.
Maybe I wanted to know, have you included the problems that the MSME sectors are facing these days post pandemic, on which there has been no solution so far? Have you included all those problems?
I have not included all the problems, but definitely after post-COVID pandemic, the sector is facing issues such as they are not able to get the funds. Also, people have become very selective. The funds are not easily available because due to COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen that nothing is certain. And there was a huge losses which was faced by all the sectors. Government have also faced very problems, very huge losses. So this was the problem which was faced by the MSME sector.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any other question from any audience? Should we go for a comment?
I think no more questions. You may ask questions if you have.
Okay. No, I have some observations. This research scholar, Ms. Devi Kumari, honorably present her paper. It is unique. I must say it is excellent. But there are some research problems. First, in case of paper presentation, you must give one or two research questions. It is lacking. Just this is my just normal observation. Second, in brief, just name at least two or three literature reviews which you actually see for this research work. At least three office page you can give, not detail, just a bullet point. Then, ma'am, you should write 3 to 4 lines on your methodology of the study with time period. And you know that when you start a study and now the world is actually in a very depressive condition due to Russia and Ukraine war. So this is actually if in future when you is it published in any journal or you are going to submit in any journal. If you are going to submit in a good journal, you at least focus on ABDC journal or Cable's intensive journal, then please try to write at least one subsection on Russia-Ukraine war's effect. Another thing, you wonderfully said about export sector, but import substitution is needed because due to Russia and Ukraine war, all over the world, everybody is now limiting their export, so their import. So if in that case, local economy should be strengthened. And I want to thank you, Honorable Prime Minister of India, for his visionary role for MSCB sector. And another point, you told about marketing, but actually digital marketing is more appropriate for this MSCB because we are all live in the globalized village. Another point you can bring, if you like, fintech, use of fintech, and you told about innovation. This is very appropriate. Without innovation, nothing can be done. 5,000 years. So innovation should be guided by the creativity. Innovation should be guided by the creativity because you see, this pandemic makes our life different. Still now, I am placing all orders, maximum orders through online. That is, and some cases, MSME, business process reengineering, that is very important. So, I want to congratulate you for your wonderful effort. This is just my humble information. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I will consider all the suggestions and I will definitely try to include it in my next presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, baby. It was actually a good presentation. And please, baby, stop sharing the slide now. Will you?
Okay. Sir, I think it's stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, with the permission, may I call the next presenter?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
The next presenter is Ms. Sania Sinha. The title of the paper is An Analysis of Union Budget of India for the current year, I think. I invite Sania and I request you to kindly present your paper.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sanya, you can share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for joining this meeting today.
Sanya,
Yeah.
your voice is,
Could you please increase your volume?
or just bring the mic near your mouth. Actually, it is
So now am I audible?
Yes.
the voice. The volume is very low. Actually,
You can remove your headphone if it is okay.
No, ma'am, the phone comes. Now is it okay, ma'am?
still not like volume is still low, Sanya.
Do one thing, just remove your headphone and try once again.
Computer audio, is it a speaker? Is it available?
Now am
Mic.
I audible? Hello?
The volume is very low, Sanya. Either you can put the mic headphone earphone and bring the mic close to your mouth. Then only it will be.
And speak louder.
So now am I audible?
Yes, son. Yes, son. And the volume has increased a bit. Keep trying. Okay. Yes, you can speak.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me
Still
thank
not audible, Sanya. Not audible.
Let me join it to my phone.
Very low. Sound is coming very low.
Sanya, if you have any issue in your laptop, you can join us with your mobile phone also. You can use volume from your mobile phone by the same link. Sir, by that time, we can call the next one.
Yeah, we can. If Akansha Raj and Mansi Ranjan, if they are available, sir, with your permission, can we call upon the next presenter? If meanwhile,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Please.
So Akansha Raj and Mansi Ranjan, I request. Yes, Mansi. Okay, put it in slideshow. The topic of the paper they will present is an analysis of future prospects of artificial intelligence. So indeed an interesting topic. We'd love to hear from you, Mansi. Over to you. Mansi, please put your mic on. You are muted.
Sir, please give us some second.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mansi Ranjan. And I, Akansha Raj, are here to present a paper on analysis on future prospects of artificial intelligence. For this, we should first know what exactly is AI.
And Mansi, if you have joined by the two different devices,
Kindly
You
mute. One
can
of
mute
you need to
mine.
mute, and then only it will
Yes.
be convenient.
उसको बोल present.
Whoever is speaking will be unmuting your mic and then speak. Okay. I don't think it's too tough to do that. Okay. I request the IT host to make a Robin or Niharika as co-host, because they will be presenting from their end.
Okay.
Please unmute your microphone.
Yes, Niharika, you may now put it in slideshow.
This is not our. Yes, this is.
Okay, you may proceed.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mansi Ranjan.
And I, Akansha Raj, are here to present a paper on an analysis on future prospects of artificial intelligence. For this, we should first know what exactly AI is. So, artificial intelligence is inventable machine has reached a level where it is capable of mimicking.
Sorry to interrupt. I again advise you, one of you must mute your mic, and the person who is speaking only will unmute, since you both are present in one room. Okay. Kindly understand the technical problem will happen otherwise. Okay.
We are here to present a paper on analysis on future prospects of artificial intelligence. Moving to the next slide. For this, we should first know what exactly AI is. So, artificial intelligence is inventable machine learning, has reached a level where it is capable of mimicking close to or better than human level interactions, is constrained scenario involving areas just customer service queries, medical diagnostics, and navigations of autonomous vehicles. People fear artificial intelligence, fear innovations just like people who feared that they would be replaced by machines back then. Human beings are gifted in such a way that they can involve technology to make life easier. But every innovation has a drawback. But artificial intelligence can be the next step forward in terms of human evaluation. We must not underestimate mankind's ability to adapt to it, and the impact of artificial intelligence depends on how we adopt them. The way that AI will impact in future and the problems that we can face will be discussed by us in this paper further. Now handing over to Mansi.
Thank you, Akansha. Now I will moving to next slide. Now I will discuss about the three different domains. First is loan origination. AI technologies are already being used in the finance industry.
For example, in credit approval, the algorithms utilized examine client data and calculate possible payments defaults before deciding whether or not to issue credit. Because individual goals are heavily reliant so on such decisions, it may offer a risk to individuals who perceive their input data is weak or that the processing is biased. Second is job recruitment. AI technologies have recently been applied to the subject of human resource management, specifically recruitment. AI in particular can be used to analyze and forecast employees' performance. There can be numbers of possible problems related to uses of AI in HRM. Algorithm based on existing job performance data, for example, may be biased and discriminate against specific population groups. Third is medical treatment. AI applications are specially appropriate to detect and classify specific disease. For example, breast or screen cancer in X-ray images. Generally, and people tend to have optimistic perception of the use of AI in medicine. Moving to the next slide.
We will discuss that. Please unmute Mansi. Here we will discuss that what impact will AI bring on humanity. AI will open up whole new vistas. It will make life more convenient. Things will be cheaper. New industries will be created. And yes, it is true that AI industries will be bigger than the automobile industries. If AI surpasses humanity in general intelligence and becomes super intelligent, then it could become difficult or impossible for humans to control. So ethics and morality are important human features that can be difficult to incorporate into an AI. The rapid progress of AI has raised a number of concerns that one day AI will grow uncontrollably and eventually wipe out humanity. This moment is referred to as the AI singularity. This concern popularized public figures such as Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. There is one popular dialogue given by Stephen Hawking that I think that development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. So once we get machines that are better than us human at that narrow task of building AI, then future AIs can be built by not humans and human engineers, but by machines. Moving to the next slide.
We are having some examples. First one is related to social media. When we browse through Google, Chrome, or any shopping sites, then the very next moment when we uses our social media like Facebook, Instagram, and so on, we can see the advertisements of the products that we have gone through. So this shows that AI's ability to monitor the global information system and surveillance data, cameras, and mining social network communication, which poses dangerous risks. Second is social manipulation and AI. Biases, so far, AI is still at risk for being biased by the human that built it. If there is bias in the data sets, the AI is trained from that bias will affect AI action. So if it goes in the wrong hands, AI can be used as it was in the 2016 IS presidential election. So for social manipulation and to amplifying misinformation. Moving to the next slide.
Now we will discuss about threat perceptions as preconditions of fear. Generally, people tend to have optimistic perceptions of the use of AI. Accordingly, in AI survey research that tackles people threat perceptions when confronted with various forms of AI deployment. To be valued in terms of threat perception concerning perceived AI worries, we feel that AI is the best portrayed as the natural component that inspires fear of being controlled by machines. We believe that fear is the product of mental appraisal, process in which AI displays the beginning of a potential threat. As a result, we concentrate on AI threats rather than AI fears. Moving to the next slide.
Next slide. I would like to conclude this that in future, if technology is overused, people might stop caring about outcome. They may lose their ability to comprehend how things function, or fail to recognize the seriousness of situation when they go wrong. Whereas then in future, AI system can give data and recommendations, the decisions on what actions to take is one of for humans. However, it could have detrimental effects on AI if people blindly obey automated instruction without knowing how to challenge them. It is obviously crucial to establish controls and goals for AI, and much more empirical research is required to improve our comprehensive of how goal system in AI should be constructed and what values the machine should uphold. When this is finished, it will give a better understanding of what kinds of items would be included in regulatory frameworks and whether the ones that are now in place are adequate. With this, I would like to end our presentation. Moving to next slide. Arigato, this means thank you in Japanese.
Thank you, Mansi and Akansha. I hand over the session now to the session chair for further questions and queries. Sir, you are muted.
Sorry. Thank you very much for excellent presentation. The floor is open. Anyone want to ask any question to them?
Sir, I have a few suggestions to the young presenters.
Please.
I know this is the topic itself is a very high tech and sophisticated and computer related, but while presenting during an event like a conference, the presentation, the PPT should not be such flashy that it becomes hard to read the text you have written. Okay, the background was matching with the text, so it was most of the time it was like hard to read. That is the small suggestion I would give to you. And for any further questions, I request all the panelists to kindly ask if they have any questions.
Anyone, please. Thank you, sir. You very good question. Anyone?
No questions from my side.
Madam, will you ask any question?
Bhana ma'am?
Professor Padre, madam?
No, sir, no questions.
No question. May I say something? No? If you don't have any question or comment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Actually, artificial intelligence is using. Okay. But artificial intelligence is related to other components. You should bring that. Internet of Things. You should tell about use of digital economy, and you should also include at least blockchain technology and also robotics. These are all in a package. And what happens? People limits what he said, human race will die. That I do not believe. Rather, I believe if honestly and intellectually the human being work at high ethics and morality, then artificial intelligence will be used for good things. But if it is unethically used, then it will create destruction. And this destruction will be very bad for the human being. So I think your paper is good, but you will have to study more and enrich the paper by adding other components. Just one component's artificial intelligence is not sufficient for doing research. If you want to use artificial intelligence in one component, then what you should do? You should do 2 or 3 organizations where artificial intelligence is used. And on that base, you can prepare case study and for qualitative judgment, you put forth. Thank you both of you for nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable inputs. I am sure that the students will surely learn from your inputs, sir. So with your permission, may we move forward and call the next presenter? Sanya, are you ready and are you
Yes, sir.
comfortable in presenting now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Niharika is going to share my screen.
Yes. And now your voice is actually audible.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for joining this meeting. It is an honor to have you all here. It is an opportunity to address such a distinguished audience. Moving on, the topic of my research paper is an analysis of Union Budget of India for the year 2022 to 23. Moving on to the another slide. Here the question is, what is Union Budget of India? According to the Article 112 of the Indian Constitution, the Union Budget of the year, also referred to as the Annual Financial Statement, is a statement of the estimated receipt and expenditure of the government for that particular year. It is also known as Annual Financial Statement of the Government, which is maintained by Department of Economic Affairs. It is presented on 1st February of every year. The Union Budget of 2022 to 23 was presented by 28th Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman. The receipt is expected to be 22,83,715 crores, which is an increase of 4.8%. And the expected expenditure is 39,44,909 crores, which is an increase of 4.6%. Moving on to the another slide. The objective of my study is to analyze the expected receipt and expenditure, that is what the government is expecting this year, and where they are going to invest it, or we can say the allocation of resources. The methods that I've used in this project are financial statement analysis, and the data used in this project are secondary data, which are collected through internet and past year journals also. The keyword in these projects are budget, government, revenue, expenditure, and infrastructure. Moving on to the another slides. This is the expenditure highlight of budget. Before going to this, I would explain what are capital expenditure and what are revenue expenditure. Expenses which bring a change to the government asset or liabilities, such as construction of road or recovery of loans, are capital expense. And all other expenses are revenue expense, or we can say which are regular in nature. This year, the revenue expenditure is 31,94,663 crores, and the previous year was 31,67,218. There's a very slight difference, that is of 0.90%. You can see in this bar graph also, this figure 1 states the revenue expenditure and capital expenditure of 2021 to 22, and the second figure states the present year revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. And the capital expenditure is 6,02,711 for the last year, and this year it is 7,50,246. There is a 24.50% difference. Moving on to the another slide. This pie chart actually shows the percentage distribution of expenditure of different
of different expenses. Here the blue portion shows the establishment expenditure of center, that is 17%, and the green part, which is 30%, is central sector schemes. The orange part is other expenditure, which is 29%, and the red part is centrally sponsored scheme, which is 11%. And the finance commission grant, that is pink part, is 5%, and the purple part is other grants, that is 8%. Move on to the another slide. This is the receipt highlight of the budget. The revenue receipt 36 for the previous year, and this year is 22 lakhs 4,422%. That, and one more thing I would like to include, these data are in crores, and the changes is only 6%. And the capital receipt, that is 99.7% for the previous, it is 79,290% decrease. This also can be stated through the bar graph. Here you can see. Moving on to the another slide. Can we move on to another slide, Niharika? This is the distribution of in this pie chart. We can see that the income, that is and this orange portion is 26%, and the pink part is union excise duty, that is 11%, and there's service tax, which is minimum, that is 0%. And then there's interest, that is blue part, that is 1%, and then the dividend part is green one, which is 4%, and other non-tax revenue is 4%. Moving on to the next slide. These are the budget highlight for this year. One by one, we will discuss all the points. As I've already mentioned, the expenditure and receipt. So the third point is GDP. It has estimated a nominal GDP growth rate of 11.1% in 2022 to 23. And now moving on to another topic, that is deficit. This revenue deficit of the present year is targeted at 3.8% of GDP, which is lower than the revised 22 estimate. Now the next point is extra budget. So after a number of years, the budget has not relied on extra budgetary resource or loans from National Small Saving Fund. The next point is income tax rate. There is no change in income tax rate for this year. And the next point is surcharge on long-term capital gain. Currently, the surcharge on long-term capital gain on listed equities and equity mutual fund is capped at, since the surcharge on other LTCG is 25%. If the total income is between rupees 2 crores and 5 crores and 37, it is above rupees 5 crore, budget proposes to cap these at 15%. Other point is tax on virtual digital asset. Income from the transfer of cryptocurrencies or non-fungible tokens will be taxed at the rate of 30%. Any loss incurred from such transfer cannot be set off against any other income or carried forward to subsequent year. The next point is updating return of investment. Tax will be permitted to file an updated return within 2 years of the investment year. Will have 25% of penalty on tax and interest due if it is filed in the year after the assessment year, 50% penalty in the second year. The next point is cooperatives. Alternate minimum tax for cooperative will be reduced from 18.5% to 15%. The next point is new companies and startups. Domestic companies engaged in manufacturing have an option to pay tax at the rate 15% without claiming any deduction. If they start manufacturing by March 31st, 2023, certain type of startups have an option for tax holiday for 3 out of the first 10 years if they incorporate by 1st April 2022. Next point, change in custom duty. Custom duties on over 500 items have been changed. Many custom exemptions are also being phased out. Moving on to the other slide. These are the policy highlights. Legislative proposal. The Special Economic Zone Act 2005 will be replaced with a new legislation that will enable states to become partners in development of enterprises and services hubs, covering all existing and new industrial enclave. Legislative changes will also be brought in to promote agroforestry and private forestry. Amendments will be made in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code to facilitate cross-border insolvency resolution. The next point is fiscal management. This year, the government is expecting to write off 51,971 crores liability of Air India. The other point is MSME. Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme will be extended up to March 2023 and the guarantee curve will be expanded by 50,000 crore to total cover of 5 lakh crore rupees. The next point is health and nutrition. Under Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, an open platform for national digital health ecosystem will be established. It will consist of digital registries of health providers and health facilities, unique health identity, and constant framework. Another point is river linking. The Ken Betwa Link project will be implemented at an estimated cost of rupees 44,605 crores. Labor and employment, a digital ecosystem for skilling and livelihood stock e-portal launched. Talking about the infrastructure, project relating to transfer and logistic infrastructure in the national infrastructure pipeline will be aligned with launched last. Talking about the road and railways, the Gati Shakti Master Plan for Express will be formulated in 2022 to 23. The national highway network will be expanded by 25,000 this year. And talking about railway, one station, one product will be implemented to help local businesses and supply chain. 400 new Vande Bharat train developed and manufactured during the next 3 years. Spectrum auction will be conducted to facilitate rollout of 5 within 22 to 23. Energy and environment,
Sorry to
battery
interrupt.
swapping.
Sorry to interrupt, Sanya. Can you please sum up your presentation in next 2 to 3 minutes?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Reserve Bank of India Act. This year, the government is going to introduce digital currency into the market. Moving on to the another slide. After doing the research, I have concluded these are the research suggestions for me. Promoting technology enablement. Is the most important part include that Manrega has been reduced this year to 73 crores. And talking about the subsidy on food fertilizer, the government has reduced these parts. And to enlighten the knowledge of digital currency, as most of the concept of digital currency, so giving the knowledge is also must. Moving on to the slide. what I've put through this research is the government is development as in and the second is housing scheme Pradhan Mantri Gram Awas. Through this year government is expecting to build 80 lakh houses, and the employment generation Manrega, as I've already discussed, also have discussed. Moving on to the another slide. These are the references that I used in this project, and this National Portal of India is actually to collect the data project. And thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Sania, for such an informative presentation. I request the session chair now to kindly ask questions.
Before commenting, is there any question from any madam or sir or any other participants? Sir, if there is no comment, then I have two comments. One, Samia, you mentioned nicely objectives of the study and methodology. This is good because it is slide, not more but never use keywords in this place. Keywords should go in the after extra. Keywords after extra, and then you can use JEL classification or PCH classification. That is one part. Another thing, you are telling about digital currency, but with digital currency, cyber security is very important.
Sorry, sir, your voice is not clear to me.
I am telling two things. Never give keywords. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
After methodology, it must be gone before introduction. If you write any abstract or the executive summary, that keywords and then jail classification or BCA classification. Okay, that is one
Okay,
thing.
sir.
And second
Thank
is actually saying about digital currency. Of course, digital currency will come, but it should be also we should analyze about cyber security. Without cyber security, digital currency may be a problem for the society as a whole. Thank you for wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With your permission, may we invite the next presenter?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. I invite Nikhil Kumar Singh, who will be presenting his paper, A Study on Working of Stock Exchange in India, a comparative study between BSE and NSE. So it is also a quite interesting topic. Nikhil, kindly unmute yourself and start presenting the PPT.
Sir, screen is visible?
Yes. You
Yes.
may put
Okay,
it in
sir.
slideshow, Nikhil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Nikhil Kumar Singh, with your permission, I am here to present my presentation. You can see on my screen, my topic is study on a working of stock exchange in India, a comparative study between NSE or BSE. Moving to the next slide. With the ever increasing and expanding economic, India economic is considered as a growth engine of world's economy. And the stock market of such robust economy is the face of the growing market and companies in it. The Indian Stock Exchange is one of the oldest market in Asia. Essentially, a stock market is an electronic marketplace where shares of corporations are listed and traded. Because of this advanced shares of corporation platform, it is possible for companies to raise capital from public efficiently and effectively. With the economic reforms in country, stock exchanges have grown exponentially in terms of foreign institutional investment and transaction turnover. The share price of the listed company fluctuate on the basis of various factors, and build and sentiments of market and investors. In India, we have a very low level of economic literacy, and we quantify it then it a population of more than 130 crore, but less than 3% of population is invested in only stock market. Such low participation because of the above mentioned low level of economic literacy plus huge fluctuation in the market due to several factors. These are There is a total of 23 stock exchange in India. Out of them, two biggest stock exchange in India. First is National Stock Exchange, and second is Bombay Stock Exchange. National Stock Exchange was set up by 1992 and began exchanging structure, settlement process, and so on. At the last check, and BSE has 5,293 recorded firm, which the NSE had 1641. Earlier, the paper and manpower. Currently, every data is a dematerialization form. It is necessary to have a demat account for everyone who is in stock exchange. It is similar to a bank account. Various banks in India render this facility. Through demat account, an investor can purchase or sell securities in trading. Now I'm moving to the next slide. Phases of stock cycle in stock exchange. First is accumulation period. This phase of a stock exchange can apply to a stock of an individual or the market. Individual investor can accumulate their shares before the market breakout. It is called also the basing period. This phase lasts for a few weeks to a few months. This time can be utilized by an individual to analyze the market and decide at what point. It means what price to enter in the stock market. That means what the price to can purchase the stock and sell the stock. And in this accumulation period, the short-term trader have one problem, that is it can trap in the fake breakout because it is a short-term trader and it is not for waiting for long-term holding period. That's why. And but long-term investor have a chance to make a huge profit in futures. Now I'm moving to the next slide. Markup. This phase is unpredictable. This price is also above the resistance level. This is the availability of high volume of shares. One trader can make money in this phase because there is an increase in the price of share. Even a decrease in the price of share is seen an opportunity to buy share. This phase is best for short-term trader, but it needed at least 3 lakh to 5 lakh capital, depending on the investor risk. Now I'm moving to the next slide, the third phase, distribution. To exit the market due to this reason, this phase is also referred to as reversal phase. This is an increment volume of share, but the price is the same. It does not increase. Many people exit the market that does not make the market is trend downward. Actually, this is a volatility. We can identify this phase by seeing head and shoulder pattern in the chart. Now I'm moving to the next slide. Markdown. This is the last phase of the stock cycle. It begins when the price make a lower high and no new high. It means make a low high. That means a low high of previous day or previous year, whatever. It is an inadequate and satisfying time for maximum investment. If there is a presence of higher lows in the market for the extended duration of time, it cannot, then the market is headed towards the accumulation stage. During this phase, cost of share fall lower than the expected price. Now I'm moving to the next slide. The ways of buy or sell share in stock exchange. There are different types of ways, but mostly two ways: intraday versus delivery, which can buy and sell the stocks.
Sorry to interrupt.
Inter-
Sorry to interrupt, Nikhil. Kindly jump into the research part, which is basically based on the difference between the NSC and BSc. Okay. You
yes,
can
sir.
skip the introduction part and definition part and go to the the directly to the comparison part, which is your research part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. NSC. NSC. The NSC is established in 1994 as a tax company. Is a stock exchange located at Mumbai, MH. It is in the top 20 largest stock exchanges in the world by market capitalization and largest in India by daily turnover and number of trades for both equity and derivative trading. NSC got recognition by SEBI in April 1993. It began functioning in 1994. Harshad Mehta, a BSc member, was found to manipulating the market illegally in 1992. Due to this, all market stakeholders were asking for reform, but BSE was to answer them. Thus, the Indian government for National Stock Exchange, it began its operation 4 November 1994. Within 1 year of the period, the turnover of NSE was above the BSE. In 1996, NSE joined hands with the Unit Trust of India and made National Securities Deposit Limited, which is called NSDL. It was India's first economic securities depository. NSE has a market capitalization of around $3.4 trillion and over 1,641 listing companies. NSE promoted India's first checking corporation. This corporation introduced world-class risk management process and settlement guarantees. The clearing corporation monitors client margins and real-time exposure monitoring all-time online form. The derivative open positions are subjected to daily market-to-market settlement. In recent years, Indian markets have implemented the interoperability of clearing corporation. It introduced new products and services. NSE developed its flagship index. It is called Nifty 50 index, which is completed real time followed by multiple indices. What's the vision of NSE? Its vision to carry on being a leader, set up and build all-inclusive universal existence and expedite and accelerate the financial position of every individual. And the purposes is establishing a national-wide trading facility for all types of securities, and it plays for upgrading, boost the financial position of the people. Now I'm moving to the next slide, that is called cash market segment. The total turnover of NSE increased to 1,53,97,908 rupees in 2021, in contrast to 89,98,811 in financial year 1920, with growth and elevation of 71.11% correspondingly. The average daily traded value in the year 2021 was 61,838 crores compared to 36,432 crores in the year 1920. Futures and option segment. During financial year 2021, there was an 84.85% increase in turnover and 64.80% growth in the number of contracts traded. The daily average open interest, it rise to 150.60% over the previous year in F&O segment, that is future and option segment. NSE is following major segments of which are working, and there are different types of product. First, equity, futures and option, retail debt market, currency future, mutual fund, stock lending and borrowing, offer for sale, which is called OFS, exchange traded fund, and NSE also following derivatives, equity derivatives, currency derivatives, interest rate derivatives. In 2019 and 2020, NSE was ranked first in derivatives globally. Now I'm moving to the next slide, BSE. BSE is the first stock exchange established in Asia in 1875. This is the first stock exchange in India and got recognition, the Securities Contract Recognition Act 1956 in the financial year 2020. More than 5,000 companies are listed in BSE. BSE is the fastest, most speedy stock exchange all over the world. It was a phase of 6 microseconds. It was offered a productive platform for capital rising, aiding in the growth of the Indian corporate sector. BSE was constituted in 1875 by the name of the Native Share and Stock Broker Association. It became the first listed stock exchange in India in 2017. It provides a well-organized, systematic and transparent market for buying and selling of equity, derivatives, mutual fund, currency and debt instruments. BSE has a market capitalization of around $3.5 trillion and over 5,439 listing companies. The NSE benchmark index is known as Nifty 50. The vision of BSE. It vision to emerge as the premier in Indian stock exchange with best-in-class global practice in technology, product innovation, and customer services. Now I'm moving to the next slide. Sensex and Nifty. Sensex is the benchmark index of BSE, or Nifty is the benchmark index of NSE. BSE, sorry. And Nifty is a benchmark index of NSE. First, I explain the index. What is indexes? Indexes refer to the subset of a stock market which facilitate in determining the overall performance of a stock market. Index comprises a basket of stocks, the track of performance of these securities, and further helps in gauging the overall sentiment of the stock market. Now I will explain Sensex or Nifty. The Sensex is one of the oldest stock exchange of India. It comprises total value of 30 stock of companies which were listed on the BSE. Indeed, these stocks belong to largest corporation in India and thus represent the Indian economic performance at large level. Second is Nifty 50. The Nifty 50 is the flagship index of the National Stock Exchange and one of the most recognized stock market indices of India. It tracks the total of 50 stock of companies related to various sectors and industry. The Nifty 50 best stocks are all a large cap oriented companies which form the 3/4 of the total capitalization in India. Moving to the next slide. Sectoral differentiation of Nifty 50. In financial service, 37.81%, IT sector 16.53%, energy sector was 11.08%, and consumer goods were 11.0%. So on, there are weightage in Nifty 50. Same thing with Sensex. In Sensex, integrated oil and gas 12.72%, banks are 30.46%, IT consulting and software was 16.23%, personal products were 16.50%. There are so many on. Now I'm moving to the next slide. This is a very important part, how to calculate Sensex and Nifty. The calculation of Nifty 50 or Sensex is based on the free float adjusted and market capitalization method. The level and they represent the aggregate market value of the stock. These are present in the indexes for a specific duration. The base duration for Nifty index is 3rd number 1995. The base value of a stock is 100. The base capital is 2.06 trillion. The formula of calculating the index value: total free float market capitalization by base market capitalization into base index value. Now, how to calculate the free float market capitalization? The formula of free float market capitalization is market capitalization into total number of shares of the company. Sorry. So now formula for calculating the index value: total free float factor market is into divided by base market capitalization into base index value. How to calculate free float market capitalization? The formula of free float market capitalization is market capitalization into free float factor. For the calculation of free float factor capitalization, we need to calculate market capitalization of free float factor. The formula of market capitalization is price of one share of the company into total number of the share of the company, and the formula of free float factor is total number of share available for general public divided by total number of share of the company. For example, a company and limited have a total number of share 100, and in 100 share 39 share held by owner or promoter, or 61 share is issued for public trade. Then the free float factor of N limited is 61 by 100, that is for 0.61%, and 61% is a free float factor. That is also called a investable weightage factor. As I said, formula of Sensex or Nifty is total free float market capitalization by base market capitalization to base index value. In BSE, Sensex, who has the most in the free float market capitalization in BSE, he takes 30 companies in Sensex because there are more than 1600 companies listed on the BSE, and it is difficult to track under 1600 stock in a day with a trading time period, and it is not possible to track so many stock in a trading time period. How is the stock performance are going to in the market? Is market going up or down? And there is one tool, that is Sensex, is an index which is big in overall market capitalist, out of which 30 stock or companies are taken. That's why it is called also called BSE 30. And base market capitalization of the value of Sensex and Nifty is always same. Now we come to this suggestion part. Most Indian investors don't know about the stock market. They don't know about basic things in the stock market, like market or the limit or the and derivatives, fundamental analysis. For example, A said to B, today I got a net profit of 9,000 in the stock market through IRCTC share, and he did not think about the something loss. And B is going to be directly invested without analysis, and he suffered losses. Now he come and said that is called stock market is all gambling, which is completely wrong. It is all completely on analysis and completely on what you learn in this. Second is, according to the stock depository data on the number of investment account, Indian population is 1.36 billion people, out of which only 3.7% invested in equities, compared with about 55% in USA, 40% in Australia, 33% in UK, and 30% in Japan. In India, more than 90% of people are disinvesting in stock market. The biggest reason is that people are unaware of all these things. In school and colleges, only we get theoretical knowledge and not practical knowledge. If school and college will start giving practical knowledge, then every year 10 lakh new traders will come into the stock market. Third, SEBI should promote foreign investment in the Indian stock market. There are different type of stock trading apps like Zerodha, Upstox, Grown, etc. But these apps don't offer invest in NSE, BSE in euro, pound, dollar, etc. If foreign investment will increase in the stock exchange, then Indian companies and the Indian economy will grow. India is now the world's fifth largest stock market, overtaking UK and France for the first time in market capitalization. For the trade settlement in stock market is available T plus 1 days. It takes more time for settlement. SEBI should work on this and lower and lessen the time of trade settlement. This will be advantage to large volume investors like corporates, FIIs, DIAs who invest in large amount. The one day earlier settlement can give them more liquidity and reduce margin requirement. Now I come to the conclusion part. The stock market in India has mushroomed prodigiously in the recent days. It now constitutes a large segment of our financial system. Then NSE is a financial exchange in India that offers computerized trading facility across the nation. It gives trading and investment in debt, equity, derivatives, mutual fund, IPOs, currencies, and exchange traded fund. It gives a platform to organization for raising capital. Investor can assess equities, currency, debt, and mutual fund units here. Overseas business can increase capital using the NSE platform through IPO, Indian deposit receipt, and debt insurance. Second, the Bombay Stock Exchange is Asia's first and certainly considered one of the biggest stock exchange existing in the world that covers more than 5,000 companies. It has helped in corporate sector and capital market like retail debt market of India to observe a big increase in development. It even enables the equities trading and business platform for small and medium enterprises. It also motivates traders to put money into equities, stock, and mutual fund and other financial markets. The last conclusion of my PPT is it promotes some crucial marketing service like risk management, settlement, and clearing. It is widely recognized for the excellent electronic trading mechanism and system that give efficient execution of the trade. Electronic trading has proven dominance of in the corporate sector and finance industry as they offer faster as well as specific execution with minimum to no errors and a higher efficiency rate in comparison to traditional open outcry trading method. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. It was a very well presented paper. I hand over the session to our session chair for further questions and suggestions, sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. Actually, Nikhil did a marvelous job. I wanted two suggestions. One, while with your title, you should do efficiency market hypothesis test. Out of efficiency market hypothesis test, you can see in case of NSE and BSE, which market is more efficient. This is one. Another, you must go for efficient ratio determination. This will give more point because some you took everything. Now you have to cut down as per your title because you wanted to go for comparative study. Actually, just description does not give full marks when you go for publishing article in the journal. I am telling not for normal person, but as you are a research scholar, that's why I am telling this suggestion. Thank you. Marvelous.
Thank you so much, sir. I have one suggestion to Nikhil that whenever you are showing the comparison part, try to focus more on the comparison part, like suggesting general suggestions over the overall stock market transaction rather than doing the comparative part and analysis. Okay, focus on the comparative part if the analysis is on the comparative study. Okay, so this is one little suggestion for you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable suggestions. I am sure that the participants have gained a lot from your wisdom and knowledge. Nikhil, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
I now request you to kindly grace the session with your valuable suggestions, valuable words for our conference and for the theme, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Actually, I'm grateful to MIT University Charter for inviting me, and I also want to thank madams for kindly staying with us. Actually, the second international conference on research advances in the field of awards and finance. It is really very wonderful, and I'm very happy that all the papers are with different areas, diversified areas covered, and I am very much happy that this is the contemporary issues, and in future this will give them best blending to develop their skill, and they will be an asset for India. Not only India, but for also all over the world if they want to choose USA, Canada, or Australia. So thank you all. This is my humble.
So thank you so much for gracing us and accepting our request to become the session in this technical session. And I'm sure that all the participants as well as all the faculties have gained a lot from your knowledge. Sir, I also request you to kindly, if possible, to join the valedictory session also, which will begin, which will start from 4:30 p.m. India time, which will be 5 p.m. around Bangladesh time. So I request you, if possible, if time permits you, you can. I request you to join the valedictory session also, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And yes, Priya ma'am, if you want to say something.
Sir, with your kind permission, can I ask all the presenters to put their camera on for the group photograph? I request all the presenters to kindly put your cameras on for the group photograph.
Sanya Sinha, Baby, Kumari, Mansi, Akansha, all the participants who have presented their paper, kindly put on your cameras so we can have a picture of you all along with Sir and all the other panelists. Baby and Mansi, are you there? Akansha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please put on your camera for a while. Just a second. Just have a photograph.
Baby, I cannot see you.
Sir, ma'am, I think there may be network issue.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem.
No problem. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, with your permission, maybe I request you to kindly announce the session close.
Thank you, Professor. The session is closed now. Namaste, and all the best wishes for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I request the IT host to kindly end the session, and we will all meet in the validity session at 4:30 p.m. Indian time. I request all the participants, all the students to be there right on time. We will start at 4:30 sharp.